Good morning, 16th of July. 1 and 6 is 7, July is 7, 2023 is 7, 7, 7, 7. Here you can see a real cloud bank being slimed out, blue and pink. Notice the hole here, it's already being ripped up from within. I've been observing this cloud here. Where is it? Here. This was a real thick cloud, and it looked like this tail was beginning to drop. And I wanted to video what was going on, and now of course it's leveled off. But it is still pink and blue, just like this here. There are patterns, but they are unnatural patterns. Super unnatural. See the green and the pink here surrounding the blue. I mean, this is so abominable, and yet your weather salesman is not going to tell you anything about it. Oh, well, he's a meteorologist. Yes, false rock. You can see this cloud here just slowly disappearing. It doesn't disappear into thin air. What happens is it gets absorbed by the atmosphere. Take a look here. Also green and purple. That's probably why it stings sometimes in the mornings. Very, very bad. It doesn't matter what time of year, because they're manipulating day and night, every day, every night, all year long. You see how this cloud is just being eaten up? It's undeniable, really. If I could set up a tripod here, I would, but it's, well, I don't want to say it's impossible, but there is a strong wind going today, and of course I don't have a tripod, but just take a look. You can see that we have a high over Disturbia. No clouds. And what we do see has been sprayed in, line upon line, lie upon lie, you see? It's burning. It's not a cloud here, always in front of the sun. Yesterday was really obnoxious. It started out like this, and they filled up the whole sky, and it was a rather low white sky and hot and 30 degrees. You could not breathe. See, this thing is being diminished. That's not how clouds behave. They should be white, puffy, and if anything, growing and moving. And anyhow, to make a long story short, it did start sprinkling. And I had other plans to be outside all day long, but I couldn't stand it. So I came home, and then it started raining more and a lot of wind, and around 5 o'clock I opened the door just to see, and it was cool. The temperature had dropped about, I don't know, I'd say about 10 degrees at least. You see how this is being eaten up as well. Disappearing. But it's not disappearing. It's being, when the sun comes up through it and a live stream is generated into it, it sublimates into gas, which you can see here. It's all gas. So anyway, I mean, it's quite bearable now. It's really nice. I don't know why they had to go through that gymnastics of making it hot yesterday. I suppose that goes along with the meme of Europe is hot, it's on fire. I guess in Greece they've got something like 48 degrees, at least that's what was forecast. But, you know, what they're doing is they're leaving the Lord God Almighty out of the equation and His mighty angels. You see how this line has just been completely removed. That's what they do. They spray in front of the sun. It gets really intensely hot. I mean, you can see this white hot heat here, such that it is sublimated. But it's not the sun only, in my belief. I believe they're aiming their energy rays towards it, their frequencies, etc. Here, this one is almost completely gone. Nothing left of it. Why do they do that? You have a beautiful white cloud, and then they put gas, and they do not need lines just to, when they chemtrail, especially when they're cloaking these clouds. The fallen angels do it. Or they're perforated from the ground somehow. They're attacked by all of this machinery that's all over the place. All of these woofers and tweeters and what they all are. Look at this building here. They've been working on this since the beginning of 2022. So 1.5 years. You just wonder what all they're putting into it. Why it's taking so long. The ground around it, completely dry. But of course, in the dirt, life is coming forth. You see, that's how God created the earth to be, and they hate life. That's why they're sealing it with asphalt, concrete, buildings. Oh no, it's because of the money. They need money. Money is nothing. Money is a ruse. People need to wake up to that fact. Money does not exist except in your imagination. Look at this. The forces that should not be, printed paper and put little numbers on it. It's all occult crap, and it's going to disappear. Abracadabra. And they will give you your allowance according to your so-called social score. You see, now this is looking rather yellow. The sun wasn't even up, and they were spraying these lines, and they're burning, so it cannot come from the sun. But they want to create the illusion that it comes from the sun. The thing is, when the sun goes down, the temperature does not always drop. Sometimes it just only goes down 5 degrees, and that's it. So it cannot be from the sun, this heat. You see, this cloud here that we were looking at is all but so-called vanished. Abracadabra again. Take a look. It's undeniable. Why would they do this? Why? Why would they poison out real cloud? I don't know. In my view, they just blot out all reality. They cover it up. They don't want you to see reality, and they don't want you to have the benefits of reality. What did the Messiah say? You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. You can see this here starting to... you can see it beginning to rise up also here. And the one in back is going to turn pink too, or blue probably as well, just like the rest of it. Why do people look at this and think it's a natural phenomenon? It's a complete destruction taking place before your very eyes. Nobody wants to believe it. Oh, they wouldn't do that to us. What do you mean they wouldn't do that to you? Look at how they so-called live, and look how you live. Look how they tell you what they're going to do to you, and you're just going to have to grin and bear it. How they sell you their lies and reel you in one lie at a time. They want your soul. I was talking to somebody yesterday when I was getting pet food, and it turned out that we were more or less of the same opinion, which was very interesting, because that usually is, that's a very uncommon occurrence. And she said, yeah, I said, these people that rule us, they have a religion too. And she said, yeah, money. And I said, no. I said, ostensibly, that is the alibi, but what the real reason is they want your soul. I said, just wait till the money disappears. See, now this has gotten a hole in it. When the money disappears, the shit's, is going to hit the fan for everyone. Especially for people who do not go along with the system and do not have a very good so-called social score. This social scoring has been around for a long time, believe me. They have a file on you, they have a file on me, they have their files in the so-called clouds. And this is because Satan wants to come. He's going to come, and he's going to be pretending to be God, and he's got to know all about you. He has to be able to recognize you. That's why they have this facial recognition. That's why they have these biometric pictures. That's why they're always taping your voice. I'm sure I'm not telling anybody anything new. That's not really what I want to do. I don't want to preach to people. I just want to show what's happening so that people realize and they stop denying that there's such a thing as real cloud. If there weren't real cloud, why would they be blotting this out here? How would we have rain if there weren't real cloud? Maybe back in the day when God created the earth, but it does say that he caused a mist to go up. So take a look back here. You can see some real cloud also when the sun is rising. But take a look at that sun. It does look like there are two of them now merging. In my opinion, there are not two suns. There's only one real sun, and forces that should not be want to make you believe that they're all powerful and they can do anything and they can have more suns than one and on and on. But to me, it's all just a light show. You can see that it did rain yesterday somewhat. Thank God. Maybe there'll be a little bit grass growing for the horses. Take a look. That one line has completely been burned out, and then the next one is starting. This is how they get heat in the whole atmosphere. This is why you're just surrounded by this electromagnetic heat, which is, to me, it feels heavy and oppressive. It just drags on you. Take a look at that. Is that a round sun? No. It's like they're trying to merge pictures together. Now they're merging it, you see, from the right. It's glowing like lava. And it's not causing this to glow. That has a different source, and I believe that it is just technology, like I said. Tech makes and tech drives temps. Look at this. This is all but being burnt out here. The one head is missing. This one is being chewed out right in front of your very eyes.